All right, let's see here. Let's see if we got things going on. Excuse me, pardon me. All right. Make sure my thing is going. I've streamed so little that I have no trust in any of this. So I have to know that this is actually working before I feel good about it. And so far I'm not seeing nothing. So let's wait and see what happens here. Okay, it's saying it's streaming. I'm not seeing it on my phone. Okay, me, number one fan. Okay, cool. All right, it's working. Apparently. Awesome. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Welcome to my channel. I don't go live very much, but I figured this would be a fun thing to do every now and then whenever I have time, and I have time now. So I'm doing it. I wanted to do this live stream because I normally, believe it or not, letting you behind the curtain here, when I do the videos that you've seen me do, that you're used to seeing me do, I'm actually using like a teleprompter. So because, dude, honestly, if I didn't, and you'll see that from this live stream right now, if I didn't use a teleprompter, I would be rambling and saying every other word, and all that jazz. So the teleprompter just makes it easier for me to have my thoughts, all in one place and just keep my thoughts collected. However, for topics like this, I feel like are more amorphous. I don't know. I just felt like this would be a fun idea, and that's what I'm doing. So, Survival HH, it's more like your channel is becoming a commentary channel, but I'm all for it. Yeah, so here's the thing about, like, my YouTube channel. I think a lot of you guys are pretty new to it, but I've been on YouTube since 2015. This fucking air filter is making a noise that is annoying me. I've been on YouTube since 2015 is when I started my channel. It's insane the amount of YouTubers that I follow, that I watch, who have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and they've been on YouTube for maybe a couple years. Now, I know that's not like the norm. That's kind of like the exception to the rule. But it's still disheartening when you've been doing this for so long, and after so many years, there was just like nothing to really show for all your hard work. What is this thing saying? Warning. What are you warning me about? Is it still going on here? Okay. Whatever. I'm trying this. OBS has just now integrated YouTube into it, and it's like a new feature, so this is all new to me right now. And anyway, so as I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted by technology of my computer, there are so many like channels that have like struck it big, by mainly doing consistent content. That was more of the key. So when I started YouTube back in 2015, I was doing a bunch of random crap. Like one video would be a video game video. One video would be talking about an album. One video would be a taste test video. One video would be reviewing a piece of equipment, musical equipment. I never like stuck to like a similar theme. I was all over the place. So if you liked me for, let's say you watched a video game video I did and you really liked that video, and so you're like, oh, I'm going to subscribe to this dude. And then the next video I put out is like a taste testing video. Wouldn't you, as like a subscriber, be like, this guy's inconsistent as fuck and I'm going to unsubscribe? Because I think I probably would be that way. Like, for instance, when I discovered the Red Cow guys, like, when I saw their breakdown of James Rolfe's room or whatever, I thought it was not only hilarious, but so like intelligently done that I went to their channel. I wanted to see what other videos they had. And I mainly just stuck to the AVGN stuff because that's the content that drew me in. And so when I saw like the Box Mac and all this other stuff, I was like, I have no interest in watching that. So I didn't. And I think that's I've suffered that on my channel as well back in the day. And it seems like just the past couple years, it's like it's finally clicked with me where it's like, oh, okay, well, not only be consistent, but then I also found that people love negativity, and I'm really good at being negative. I've complained my whole life. I'm really good at complaining. I like complaining. I like pointing out things that I find unsatisfactory in life in general. So, man, whenever I did that video, that first video on Rex Viper, I took to it like a pig in shit because I was like, wow, not only do I know what I'm talking about because it's a music-based thing, but like I'm complaining about it, and I like complaining. I like being a negative fuck. So yeah, that kind of started the whole avalanche here. Let me read some of your comments. So you feel like you're being seen and heard. Ducko, been watching since 2017, 2018. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Deadbeat Boy, I think you're a drama channel. I don't think you're a drama channel. You don't necessarily go after famous people that much. No, I don't, and I don't plan to. And I mean, that title is kind of clickbaity. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know what else to call it. I'm masturbating right now. If you couldn't tell, no, I'm wiping the screen off to my phone. Probably just like demonetize my stream for saying that. Yeah, I don't plan on like, everyone's making a video on Gerard the Completionist, and I don't know if it's just me. You can let me know, but like to me, that is some of the most boring drama that I've heard in a long while. Like, I'm all for like making a video that's like taking down Gerard the Completionist, but the drama when I first heard about what it was about the fucking charity fraud and all that, and how he just like held the money in some bank account for like 10 years or some hellishly long amount of time. Like, yeah, that was sketchy and that was like kind of fucked up, but like, once you get into the weeds of that situation. So for instance, the weeds of like a sex controversy, like a YouTube sex controversy, the weeds of that are like screenshots and illicit, weird sexual things that the person did, like pro Jared and his whole drama. Like there was all this weird sordid shit. When you get into the weeds on Gerard's controversy, it's literally like bank statements and IRS statements and tax filings, and it's just boring shit. So I could have jumped on that bandwagon, and because I've watched Gerard in the past, and I've been jealous that of his success, because like he made this YouTube gaming channel, and like even from long ago, like the branding looked so good. He clearly had a team of people helping him. He was getting success, playing old video games, which is what I initially wanted to do when I first started my YouTube channel. But then I realized there was a million retro video gamers out there, and like what would set me apart, and I'd just literally be in an ocean of other people who are better at that content, know more about retro games than I do. You have old farts like Metal Jesus who have these massive collections, and he's got this super positive, happy attitude, like that people tend to, gravitate towards. And I don't have any of that, so I was like, I'm not doing the whole video game channel thing. But yeah, I don't plan on. Yeah, I could have made a video about Boogie 2988. Like he's hot right now in the in the T ocean, or whatever you want to call it. But the amount of downfall of Boogie 2988 videos are so vast and boring, and they're all saying the same. I feel like they all watch each other's videos, and then they just like they just regurgitate the same shit in a different way. They just like write their own version of like the same information. So like I'm definitely not gonna be that channel. Like I love talking about music. I love doing the tier ranking videos because it's just fun and requires not so a whole lot of thought. I just go in, guns a-blazing, shooting from the hip. I like I like doing that kind of content. So, but with that being said, like, I have noticed the value of taking on these various, figures in the media, like whenever it suits my purposes, whenever it feels right. When I did that Pat the NES Punk video, like, that's done really well for my channel, I had been watching Pat Contry's content for so long, and I had like so many issues with him for so long that just bugged me, and the thing about becoming a YouTuber is it definitely requires like a certain level of narcissism where you kind of like the sound of your own voice, and you feel like your opinion is so damn important that like everybody else needs to hear it. And it's almost like the kid in class who knows the answer, and they really want to be the first one to get called on, like, ooh, I know, pick me. There's a lot of that like energy when it comes to becoming a YouTuber in general. And yeah, that's me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm about that life. So when it came to making that video about Pat, it's like there was all these little issues I had with him over the years I had been consuming his content. So that's why I did the video. Like for the podcast, for instance, there would be like so many times where they would just go on in length about all this crap that like was so boring, like the WADA stuff and the video game preservation stuff and the just going way too deep in the ins and outs of things, that it was just so like boring. And his Pat the NES Punk character and that whole character and that whole series of videos, they were just so awful. The character was not funny. The acting was horrible. The just, I don't know, like just the adjacentness, if that's a word, the adjacency to the AVGN character, where it's like, I'm playing a character who's reviewing a video game, and it's like James Rolfe playing a character reviewing a video game, but James's character was actually funny in the earlier days. Pat's character never fucking was. So after having all those little tidbits in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm going to make a whole video about this guy, and I put it together, and it came from a real place because I actually did watch his content for a long time. And same with Rex Viper, James Rolfe, I made like 7 or 8 videos on James Rolfe at this point. I think Red Cow still has me beat on that one, though. I think they've made more. I just bring up Red Cow whenever I can because big Frankie fan. Anyway, no, I like EJ too. It's a meme, go with it. Anyway, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, so we can actually, hold on, let me read. I got a lot of mileage out of that Dead Beat Boy comments. Jesus Christ, that sent me on like a rant. Hi Glowy says, most YouTubers play into the algorithm by doing stupid trends. You're consistent and actually relatable, not just some plastic personality. Thank you, that's all I know how to be. I don't know, I can't do the whole, hey guys, what's up? Josh Cannon here. Today, we're going to be talking about something crazy. Now, you've heard of the blah, blah, blah challenge. Well, today, I can't believe we're going to be doing this. I can't believe I'm saying this. We're going to be doing the kick a homeless person challenge. Let's go. Remember to like and subscribe. I can't do that. I can't, I wouldn't be able to like put that on and turn that on every time I made a video. And I'm like 35 years old, and that shit, quite frankly, is very childish to me. And I like more adult-oriented like personalities on the platform. Like if you're acting like a little kid and you're doing little kid shit, like, hey guys, what's going on? My name's Max. Blah blah. Like instantly, I'm like, fuck yourself. You've lost me. I'm done. I don't want to pay attention to anything you have to say. Yes, then most YouTubers do play into algorithms. Their thumbnails will be super clickbaity. Now, in defense of clickbait, if you want to survive on YouTube, you do have to clickbait a little bit. You do. Like, I'm sorry. You have to a certain degree, make an image that is eye-catching and have a title that is, I mean, dude, they call it clickbaiting, but newspapers have literally been doing this since the beginning of newspapers. I mean, the headline is the thing that is supposed to grab your attention, so you end up buying the damn newspaper. It's a sales tactic that's as old as time. So it's just kind of the way of the world. You have to kind of do that. Boots the Cat says, I wish I knew more about music. I still love watching your videos. That's fine. You don't have to know a lot about music to like my videos. Where the fuck? These comments, I've just gotten lost in the sauce here. I don't even know where I'm at. This shit's so much easier just on YouTube's normal streaming page or whatever. But now that they've combined it with yeah, okay, I found my place again. Volume is lower than normal. Well, maybe I'll try to talk more into the mic. You should be a drama channel. I enjoy most all of your takes, and I think you're genuinely good at it. Yeah, not gonna go full on drama, and you know, to tie into what Patrick Reeves is saying here, Dancing with Ghosts needs to cover some Alice in Chains. Right. So I'm doing my band, and like that's equally as important to me as this channel. So I don't want to. Well, so like Wang, I guess it works for him. I don't know if you guys watch Wang's channel, Justin Wang. So he's got a very popular channel, and he doesn't necessarily cover drama, but he'll do like, you know, like internet creepypastas and mysterious things, or every now and then he'll kind of like attack someone or go after someone. But like he's got a band, he's in a band. And his channel is like separate from his band, which was probably smart. My stupid ass named my channel after my band. So if you go to my extended, like, so you're like, oh, let's check out Dancing with Ghosts on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram. It's all going to be band related shit. It has nothing to do with my YouTube channel. Like at this point, I have almost 11,000 subscribers. There's no way I'm going to start a separate channel at this point. I mean, I do have a separate channel for Dancing with Ghosts, and it's got like 72 subscribers. So I'm getting all the traffic on this page. You know, like it's like when Jimmy did a separate page for Rex Viper, and I think Rex Viper's YouTube channel has like maybe 1,000 subscribers, and that's like Cinemassacre's got like 2 or 3 million subscribers. That's just like speaks to the complete disinterest people have in Rex Viper. The fact that you are a direct product of something that James Rolfe is doing. Like James Rolfe is in that band, and it is affiliated with Cinemassacre, and he announced the band and all that stuff, and the channel has like 1,000 subs. It might have more than that, but not by much. Like, that's insane to me. That just shows me how little interest people have in Rex Viper. But, hey, he's having fun, man. So, whatever. As long as he's not charging people money to see his band, I don't have a problem with him having fun. That's great, you know? All right, let's keep rolling through these comments here. Have you considered talking about shitty albums in general? Yes, I have, Pero. Now, here's another thing that you just reminded me of that I want to bring up. So another thing with me making these like more drama-oriented videos, they get views, and the views equal money. So here's the thing. I'm fucking sick of my job as being a karaoke DJ. I hate it so much. I know there are worse jobs. I know I have it relatively good, but I've been doing this shit for 10 years. I first started as a karaoke DJ when I was 25 years old, in the prime of my life, and it makes me want to cry that I've not wasted, but I've spent 10 years of my life doing this karaoke bullshit. I'm over drunk people. I'm over the bar scene and bar culture in general. I'm over dealing with drunk women who are so goddamn entitled. Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to say is I want to start monetizing this platform more so I can get the fuck out of being a karaoke DJ and do more of this, because this I really enjoy. Karaoke, I do not enjoy whatsoever. So I'm going to be starting a Patreon probably in 2024. And I'm going to be putting videos on there that are a little bit less editing, because that's like the biggest pain in the ass is the editing. And I do love a highly edited, well-produced video. Like, I feel like I did a good job editing together. Really, like my past 30 videos I've done, I've improved my editing style with the zoom ins and the just the various elements that I try to put in the video to illustrate exactly what I'm talking about. But the Patreon won't be as edit heavy, but that will be the space where I will definitely have more, like, say I just take the album Presto by Rush. I could dedicate a whole video just talking about that one album, and that will be a Patreon exclusive. And I'm trying to think of other cool things that I can offer that are exclusively on Patreon. But you know what? If it's just, you get an extra video a week that's only on Patreon, I think that's worth, $5 a month, which is, I think, it's going to be like a flat rate. I'm not going to do all that tier bullshit. There's this channel I watch called Too Lazy to Try, which I think it's a funny name because the dude works like harder than like most people getting videos out. He's got a $5 a month Patreon, and you'll get an exclusive video every now and then. And I'm subscribed to it, and I think it's worth it because the video's like 30 minutes long. I'll just put it on in the background when I'm playing a video game, and I just like his content. He does a lot of drama, and he'll just talk about a lot of tea, I guess. A lot of the stuff that's going on in the podcast sphere, Joe Rogan and all that kind of stuff. That seems to be his bread and butter. But I definitely want to start a Patreon in 2024. And I want to keep releasing videos on here that I feel like are going to do well because I want to make more money off my channel so I don't have to do karaoke as much. And also, quite frankly, the drinking is like out of control as far as like, I mean, I don't get like crazy drunk and black out and start hitting animals or anything like that, but it's just a really bad habit, and I find myself feeling depressed most days, or like my anxiety will be off the charts most days because I'm doing this job that I hate, and at this job they allow me to drink, so I do. And I find I'm drinking almost every day, almost every night, and I don't like that. And if I had, if I started making enough money off of YouTube to where I could quit a few gigs and I didn't have to do 3 or 4 or 5 gigs a week, I only had to do 2 gigs a week, like that alone, I could have more days where I just stayed home and didn't drink. And so there's a lot of motivation here for me to make videos that I feel are going to be successful. All right, let's go through these comments here. Old Acadian, when is Pat's band coming out? Oh, Lord. I don't see Pat ever learning to play an instrument. I'm bored of game channels, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, retro game channels, like, it's like, I guess there's still new angles to be had. One guy that really gets on my nerves that I am thinking about making a video about down the road, RGT85, man. That guy annoys the ever-loving fuck out of me. I used to listen to the Spawnwave podcast, and that guy, Spawnwave or whatever, he gets on my fucking nerves. Like, I used to watch his channel, so like I saw his trick to getting big. He was a video game channel, but he would do video game news like every day. I've learned that no matter what platform you're on, if you upload every day, so if you're like a TikToker and you upload a TikTok every day or a YouTube video every day, I have seen these people's channels grow exponentially just by virtue of the fact that they're uploading every single day. And so I would watch the Spawnwave YouTube channel, and he would do video game news like pretty much every day. And then he started a podcast, and because his YouTube channel was blowing up so fast, people started listening to his podcast. And he would always have 4 or 5 people at any given time on his podcast. And RGT85, Sean, was one of the guys that was always on the podcast. And that guy was so annoying. He was always either like eating food right into the microphone, or he would be like breathing. He'd be breathing right into the microphone. The guy's a fucking imbecile. And like I don't even think he knows how to sync up the audio on his videos, because anytime I watch his videos on his YouTube channel, it looks like his mouth is slightly out of sync with the audio. And it's like, of course, this fucking moron that doesn't know how to mute his mic when he's chewing into it or breathing into it. Of course, he doesn't know how to properly sync up audio. Like, that guy gets on my goddamn nerves. And his face, I mean, Jesus Christ. He has a very punchable face. I don't like how his face looks, and that's mean and petty, but I'm sorry. So I might make a video on him, but I haven't seen enough of his shit to make a video on. Honestly, everybody on Spawnwave podcast got on my nerves in one way or another. You had Spawnwave himself who'd be like, "What's the frame rate? What's the frame rate on that game? What's the frame rate? Is it 68 FPS? What's the frame rate?" I mean, he was so obsessed with the fucking frame rate. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up about the frame rate. Sorry, I'm ranting right now. You guys probably don't even know what podcast I'm talking about. But I don't know. And then you had Dreamcast guy, who was probably the least annoying. And then you had this one chick on there who was so fucking hot. Like, god damn. And I think she lives in Florida too. If she she ever wants to holla. I forgot her name. Anyway, she was hot. All right, what else do we got here? Oh man, this is a rare time that I'm actually smiling. I normally have a resting bitch face, but I'm kind of embarrassed just then. Not gonna lie, I don't know why. So this is going back to the Gerard thing. Peace Watcher says he claims he held the money. Like I said, that controversy or that tea was so boring to me, the Gerard shit, that I didn't care to talk about it. I didn't want to make a video about it. It just, even now when I see I'm seeing so many like videos by people, like people that I like, that I'm like, ooh, I would watch that video if it were about anything else rather than the Gerard thing. I got it. I listened to Carl Jop's video. I watched Some Ordinary Gamer or whatever his name is, Mudahar. I watched their shit and I'm like, okay, I got it. Shit's boring, you know? Fucking boring. And then he finally donated the money or whatever. I guess that's what they say. Who knows? Pineapple Ramen, love your stuff. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Survival HH. Yeah, Carl Jopst and Mudahar's video basically covered everything. Right. That's what. Yeah, exactly. You probably said that way before. You probably commented that way before I actually said it. So good on you. Yeah, they made the video and they were boring videos and yeah. Peace Watcher Boogie, too gross to even laugh at because he seems to like it. Yeah, he does. That dude gets on my nerves so much because he'll be like, I think how calm he is, like, is what annoys me, because it's like, dude, like, you are so pathetic and you just, like, I don't know. I guarantee you, if the camera panned down to his, well, you can't see his dick because he's got a big foop over it. He's probably got a hard on, like, anytime people are just shitting on him and like making fun of him, he's probably got like a raging boner. Like, he probably gets off on that shit. Like, there's no way that he doesn't, like, given his inability to stop himself from falling into shit time after time after time. The dude had he either had the lap band or gastric bypass, and he's still like fat as fuck, like morbidly obese. And it's like, how does that happen? Like, from my understanding, your stomach gets so small to where like a few tablespoons of like soup and you're full. How is it possible that you are able to stay that fat after? I mean, I've heard of it, but Jesus, like, yeah, I don't know. It's like by the time I make a video about Boogie, everybody has cleaned all the meat off of that bone, and it's just redundant. Unless people just want to hear my take on it, which you're kind of hearing right now. This is about as much as I have to say about Boogie or The Completionist or Spawnwave or anybody else that I've brought up. This is about as much as I have to say about these people is what I'm saying right now. This is why they haven't gotten videos yet. All the problems I had with Pat and like James Rolfe, like, they needed their own video because I had so much to say about them. Oh, by the way, I don't give a flying fuck about football, the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is just my hometown football team, and it's a koozie, and I like koozies. How come? Okay, 19 film 80. How come you never review Duran Duran albums? Because I don't like Duran Duran. I think, what's his name? John LeBon or Jason LeBon, whatever his name is. I hate that guy's voice. He sounds like a rich English guy. He sings like somebody who's rich, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Like Simon LeBon, that's his name. Just like, her name was Rio and she's dancing on the sand. Like, it sounds like he's got like caviar in one hand and like champagne in the other hand anytime he sings anything. Like, hello there, Miffy, get me my Rolls Royce. Let's go down and see the Queen today. He just sounds like a rich guy. I don't like his voice. But I do like the album The Chauffeur. If there are any big Duran Duran fans out there, if you want a rare B-side that you never hear that sounds cool and dark and creepy, listen to the Duran Duran song, The Chauffeur. Chauffeur. Whatever. Clevelander says exactly. See? Clevelander agrees with me, even though that comment was made a long time ago. Boogie hooking, Survival HH, Boogie hooking himself up with a 20-year-old was when I stopped taking him seriously. I mean, he paid for sex. Obviously, he's not going to get it on it. I mean, he was a big YouTuber at one point, and he still wasn't, like, chicks still weren't really, like, fucking with him. Because, I mean, he was gross physically. I'm not even being mean. It's true. He's fucking gross to look at. So yeah, even though he was YouTube famous, like, that didn't matter. He still wasn't getting, he wasn't getting pussy from that. You have to have a modicum of attractiveness, even if you do become YouTube famous. And the 20-year-old girl that he's with right now, that is the hottest piece of ass he is ever going to get that consensually agrees to be with him. And I think he knows that, so he's probably going to hold on to it as long as possible. She's going to end up like getting older and realizing that she's like in an awful situation with this toxic person, and she's going to leave him eventually. Highly doubt it's going to be the other way around. Yeah, I just hope that she doesn't get married to him or put herself in some situation to where she's tied to him in a way that's going to fuck her life up down the line. And she seems kind of dumb, so she might very well get married to him, and God forbid he gets her pregnant somehow, which I think would be physically impossible on so many levels. Let me see. What else do we got here? Peace Watcher. I'm so high, I totally forgot this was live. That's hilarious. I wish I could partake in that shit, but dude, every time I smoke weed, I have like the worst panic attack ever. It's like awful. Ducko, I miss Afro Gamer Dude. His retro gaming grifter YouTube roasts are legendary. He got doxxed by some weird dude. I keep hearing about this Afro Gamer Dude. When I did the Pat the NES Punk thing, so many people were talking about Afro Gamer Dude, and I had seen a couple of his videos before I did the Pat thing, because I just wanted to see like what else what was my competition, what other videos were being made about Pat the NES Punk. And so this guy, Afro Gamer Dude, came up, and he was reading off a list of like 50 reasons why Pat the NES Punk sucks. And I was unimpressed. I thought that it was very bitchy and just picky, and the video production was like, looked like he was filming it with like one of like the first cameras used on YouTube, like most people's first like camera, like it looked like a 2008 2009 circa video, which it could have been. I don't think it was. I think it was later because he brings up the podcast on there or something. But what was Afro Gamer Dude's claim to fame? Because a lot of people have brought him up, and I don't get what the deal is with him. So if someone could enlighten me in the comments, I would appreciate it. Craig Homer, people are starved for truth and non-censoring. Then people just like drama. They just, I mean, straight up. Clevelander, Pat the NES Punk had a good statement in response to all the Gerard shit. Yeah, I saw his response. It was on the community forum on YouTube. And yeah, I thought I don't hate Pat Contri as a person. I just think he's boring and mid, like what I said in my video. But no, I read his response, and yeah, Gerard had been on a lot of Pat the NES Punk's charity things that he did, like his NES marathons. And Gerard would be on there, and they always had like a close relationship. And Pat was pretty much just like, I feel cheated because like Pat had donated a bunch of shit to Gerard's Indie Land things, like books and I guess games and whatnot. And, to raise all that money just to have it be, not used, Pat felt taken advantage of, which, a lot of people did. Everyone did, I'm glad I didn't donate to it. I don't really donate to stuff though, because for that reason, this is why I don't donate to shit. Like literally, like this is why I never donate to anything. You know the amount of times, Gerard is put like fucking small peas or whatever the phrase is. He's small potatoes compared to some of the charity frauds that have happened in the past with like the Wounded Warrior Foundation and so many other charities have come to find out they're all like the that pink one for the breast cancer awareness. That I think that's a bullshit charity. And so Gerard is just proving that even because I think a lot of people thought that like, oh, well, the small time YouTubers, that's a charity I can trust because they're not going to fuck me over. They're not this big, conglomerate. Surely they're going to be on the level with me. And nope. You found out that even smaller entities, not to say that Gerard is small because he's got a huge YouTube channel, but compared to like a huge like foundation like Wounded Warriors or the pink breast cancer thing, like that is like millions and millions and millions of people know about that and have donated to it. And yeah, even the smaller entities like Gerard's thing can still be bullshit and was. And this is why I don't donate to any of that shit. Now, Pat's charity, I guess, is above board. That's great. Oh, Pine Vinyl's here. I love your comics. You should go check out Pine Vinyl's channel. This guy that I'm just talking about right now, Pine Vinyl, he's got a fairly small channel. I'm guessing he animates his comics, cartoons, whatever. There was a time during YouTube where like stuff like that would flourish. Original material, original comics, and original like thoughts, like the Angry Video Game Nerd, it would flourish. Nowadays, YouTube tanks that shit. They don't want any original like anything on here. Like the algorithm gods do not smile upon creating original content. That's why all the drama bullshit or talking about things that have already existed like movies or music or whatever, that stuff does pretty good. Drama does the best, but like original, like say you do an original cartoon or something on your channel, there's no room for that anymore apparently. I'm not trying to talk you out of anything, Pine Vinyl, by the way. I'm just saying, like from your perspective, it would be interesting if you made a video kind of exploring how hard it is to still create like original cartoons on YouTube nowadays, given how like anti-original content they've become, their algorithms, because the advertisers, we're not making as much money. And I'm sitting here mocking them as I've just stated how I want to start a Patreon and monetize my channel. So yeah, I'm a fucking hypocrite. I mean, I'm a hypocrite. Anthony Scrimma, I've watched a few videos of yours and was shocked that you're in your mid-30s. I was thinking mid-20s. Yeah, thank God that I have good genetics and I don't look as old as I am. Because if you're trying to be in a band, it's not really cute if you're on stage and you got like gray hair and you look old as fuck and, it's like, who's this grandpa on stage? So yeah, I've gotten that a lot. Not many people believe that I'm in my mid-30s, but I am. Trust me. I'm so pissed that like I didn't get into all this YouTube shit at a younger age. Well, fuck, I was 2015. I was in my mid-20s when I got into YouTube. So, but man, there's a lot of kids out there though, man, who got into like Turkey Tom. I very much enjoy his channel. Dude's like 21. I'm like a 35-year-old man watching like a 21-year-old, and I really like his content a lot. I think he's been doing videos since he was like in his mid-teens. And a lot of the big YouTubers now who are younger, that's the case. They grew up watching YouTube, so they knew what people wanted to see because they were watching it as a kid. The only thing I used to use YouTube for in my early 20s was watching music videos. I never watched like original like I never watched like all the like Filthy Frank and all those guys. I never knew about them. I never consumed their content. Like I didn't know of their existence. But all these kids that are big now, like Turkey Tom, like they grew up watching all that shit. And so when they started their YouTube channel at like age 12, by the time they were 20, they were already 8 years in the game and knew exactly how to work the algorithms, and they knew exactly like how to do the system. But I got into YouTube when I was in my mid 20s and I was like a baby. And here I am at 35, just now figuring out like, okay, this is how I get like a following. This is how I get eyeballs on me. And yeah, it's definitely been a learning curve. But I will say though that it was kind of nice growing up as a kid without the internet and social media being all around you. Like I'm one of like the millennials are like the last generation that are going to be able to say that we knew a time before like cell phones, smartphones, the internet. Like we had a childhood that was free from all that. And I would like to say that that's a good thing. I definitely think that was a good thing. I think the fact that little kids have iPhones and iPads in their faces is creepy as fuck and kind of weird. Anyway, I don't want to start waxing about my childhood. Manuel Music. I appreciate someone telling me what they think right to my face, much more than someone who likes everything just because it's important and therefore you have to like it, not just music-wise. Dude, it annoys me so much when people who like everything, and I've run into people in my life who are like this, that they just, like, they never have a negative thing to say. That shit's so sus to me. Like, there's no fucking way that you can just go, like, I don't know. To me, I feel like the punk rock MBA is one of those music guys who just likes everything, or barely has negative things to say. You remember a band called The Darkness back in the 2000s? Like, I believe in a thing called love, just listen to the rhythm of my heart. So their lead singer is a guy named Justin Hawkins, and he's made a YouTube channel. And it appeared in my algorithm one day. And so I watched his channel. Dude has the most clickbait fucking titles. He will literally put up some famous artist that's popular right now, and he'll be like, I can't believe this guy ever got big. It's trash. And then you click on the video, and he's like, I think this guy is great. I think his music is great, and blimey, he's just a great guy. And it's like, dude, don't do that. That's so clickbait, and he's sucking his dick and just being so positive, and I don't know. I know people have issue with some punk rock NBA's takes or whatever. Henry George, I'm going to read your super chat, but I'm trying to, if I read it, I feel like it's going to, fuck it, let me just do it anyway. All right. Oh, thank you. Why don't you just stop the edited videos and get on here every day and rant about things you don't like? Yeah, man, you know, people always bring up this Scientology book in the background here, and they ask me if I'm a Scientologist, and no, I'm not, but I find, so in 2015, HBO put out a documentary called Going Clear, and it was basically all about Scientology. I didn't know a fucking thing about Scientology before I saw this documentary. And it was so fascinating. And the cult is still happening to this day. In fact, it is in my very state. The Gold Base, that's actually in LA, but Flag Base, their main base, is in Clearwater, Florida, which is only a 3-hour drive away from me. And so there's this guy named Aaron Smith Levin who does a channel called Growing Up in Scientology. And when I remember, I was like, I subscribed to him when he was at 20,000 subscribers. And he would do edited, you know, proper video formatted videos, much like I do. And, you know, he got decent views. And every now and then he'd get one that would get like 20,000 or 30,000 views. And his channel, you know, started blowing up a little bit, talking about Scientology, talking about cults, talking about the weird shit that Scientology does, where if you leave Scientology, you're no longer allowed to talk to your family can't talk to you, you're disconnected, all that kind of stuff. And then at some point, Aaron starts live streaming every fucking video. and it's like a daily thing. Dude, he goes from like 40,000 subscribers within like a year or two. Now he's got 220,000 subscribers. All because he went from doing the edited, pre-done stuff to just live streaming. Now, he would have a topic, so he would stay on, on course or whatever. But yeah, he would do his topic and whatever, and then he would live stream it instead of editing and doing a properly edited video or whatever, and he blew the fuck up. And now that's his main source of income. He doesn't even, like, he had a job before. Now he doesn't work. That's all he does. He does YouTube. And it's like, wow, that would be nice. And it's kind of like right now it's nice. It's nice bitching and moaning into the void and getting feedback from you guys and reading it. Like, this is fun to me. So if I could like make a living doing this, that would be great. That would be just dandy. I'm trying to read as many comments as I can. That's the difference between me. I'm small enough now to where I can read all the comments pretty much. But these big streamers or people who mainly stream, like, there are so many comments that just keep going by so fast, and like there's just no way you can get to all of them. Let me see here. Let me see one that might bring whet my appetite to talk about. You saved me from buying Pat's books. Now, I don't know about how Pat Contry's Super NES book is, but yeah, the NES one is it's just really like long and just boring. And yeah, I don't know, the Jeffrey Wittenhagen book I bought, the Super Nintendo one, like this one right here, it's not nearly as high quality. The pages are like, they literally feel like computer paper. But I can tell you this, it's like one paragraph review per game. It gives you some screenshots, and then like if he likes the game or if he feels like it's a good game, he'll put like a little Zelda style heart next to it. I liked it a lot better than Pat's highly very nicely produced book, glossy, good quality. At the end of the day, it boils down to the content of what's inside the book and not the production and the gloss on the outside. It's like that with music too. Like the whole thing about like these pop stars or these rock stars will go into the studio and they'll record with all this expensive equipment, and they'll go to the finest studio in Los Angeles and they'll do all this shit, and then some rapper in fucking Detroit records some shitty rap song on his shitty mic on his shitty computer, and he blows the fuck up, because it's like it's more about like the song and what people are wanting rather than, oh, I recorded with a microphone that cost $3,000. That shit just doesn't matter to people. So I don't know. It's all about the content, not about the not about how good it looks. Now, it's always nice, like for this video, for instance, I have a good microphone, I have a little set behind me, I have good lighting. It's always nice when it is better quality, better looking. But if you're spitting some good shit, man, you got some good content, you got some good things to say, I think people will still pretty much watch it. I could be wrong on that, but I don't know. I feel like I'm not. All right, let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. Anthony Scrimmo, which long-lasting YouTuber would you say has had the most consistency, long-lasting, good quality run? Well, that's a good question. If you had asked me that question a couple of years ago, I would have said Angry Video Game Nerd. Because for a good while, the Angry Video Game Nerd avoided drama. He seemingly, like, no one really started complaining about his videos until like 3 or 4 years ago, I feel like. I feel like for the longest time, like AVGN, James Rolfe, had the most consistently like long-running good channel. That's hard to say, honestly. You know what? All right, I got one. Gamer from Mars. I think Gamer from Mars that I'm subscribed to has had the longest consistently good run, hasn't been in any drama. And if you guys don't know, Gamer from Mars is that ginger looking kid. He looks weird as fuck, but I like his voice. He's got a nice like speaking voice. He must spend hours. He's got to have a team of people helping him. He must spend a long time editing his videos because they always look good. He's never been embroiled in any controversy that I can think of. So yeah, I think Garen from Mars is looking pretty spotless at this point, unless there's some untoward thing that I don't know about. That was a good question. Let's see what else we got here. Josh, who I thought your name was Ghost. You can call me Ghost if you want to. It's kind of cool. Let's make bleach popsicles. Hanoi, that's some Spanish thing. I don't know how to pronounce that. Bleach popsicles. They don't. That doesn't sound. Sounds like it would burn your throat. Enio Habev. There is nothing wrong with putting on, quote, a little bit of YouTube personality sometimes, but even I find that very cringy because it will not age well. Yeah, I mean, all those fucking, there's like a certain like style to YouTube videos depending on the year. Like you can almost like my God, there's so many fucking dude. There's so many comments on here. The super chat, there's super chats that I'm missing. OBS is fucking up. All right, hold on. Let me get to some of these super chats because they are not informing me of what they should be right now. OBS is fucking up. Hold on, sorry. Okay, let's see here. All right, this is so much easier reading it through the YouTube platform. OBS has a long way to go with their little integrated whatever the hell. Okay, some of your comments might have just been, no, not top chat, live chat, fucker. Jesus Christ. Old man Josh here, showing my age right now, not being able to figure out things. Okay, all right, here we go. I think I'm back in it. I'm gonna stay in this time. Okay, so we got Schlock here who says, yeah, it's sad. Like, the amazing musicians I watch on Twitch average only like 20 viewers. But the booby and drama streamers rake in tons of viewers and money. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not, I mean, it's like my band, you know? It's like we write original music. I don't think we suck. I mean, some of you may disagree, but I think we make good music. And, you know, it's something, it's an original product. And the music industry is so fucked. That's a whole nother topic that I don't want to get on. I could do a whole live stream about how shitty the music industry is, and I could break down exactly why it's shitty and how it used to be much better, but I won't get into that. Is Jim Harbaugh, is Taylor Swift extremely overrated? I think so. Yeah, no, I think she is very overrated, and I think the snowball of her overration, if that's a word, it's not a word, but I'm making a word. She's just the legend of Taylor Swift continues to grow, especially with this stupid like sold out. This huge arena thing she did that's earned like billions of dollars and all that. Like it's just adding to like the legend of Taylor Swift and how, you know, whatever the fuck. Man, love your song The Audacity. Watched a video of it live and it's phenomenal. Thank you, Spider Human. We paid a lot of money to have we had a professional crew come in to do the music video for that one, and yeah, it was like super expensive. I'm still paying off that fucking video, and it was released like over a year ago. Pine Vinyl, I watched Dark Tom. Yeah, Tom Dark. That's like his more commentary channel where he just kind of plays video games and talks about whatever. Jim Harbaugh, Justin Silverman standing off to the side and playing cymbal is the cringiest thing I've ever. And playing cymbal. I don't know what that exactly means. Joji is cool. Logia said that. I liked that the first when Joji first Filthy Frank's musical persona or whatever. I like when he came out with Slow Dancing in the Dark or whatever. I liked that song, and then after that I just stopped paying attention. Kim Jong Un, he's on my stream. Tight, I guess. Unless he like shoots a nuclear missile towards Florida. Turkey Tom started when he was 16. Got a shout out from Keemstar, I think. Okay, well, I mean, he still started when he was 16, which was 10 years younger than when I started my channel. So he had like this big ass head start on me. Tom looks 40 though. Who? Turkey Tom? Or Tom DeLong? I don't know which Tom we're talking. Turkey Tom looks like a baby. except for that weird mustache that he insists on having. I wish he would get rid of that. I don't like it. He should do everything that I like, you know, because that's what's important, is if Josh likes it or not. All right. It's got a super chat from Ali Luna. $20. Thank you, Ali. And sorry it took me so fucking long to get to this super chat, but OBS, they don't have it down yet with their integration of YouTube. Can you make a 3-hour-long postcast with Justin? Did you mean podcast, or is postcast its own thing? And if you're talking Justin Silverman, I would love to do a chat with Justin Silverman. I would love to just argue with him, and I'd probably apologize for making fun of his weight so much, because I feel like I went a little too hard on the guy there. But yeah, sure. Thank you for the $20. That was cool of you. Still going through the comments here. It's kind of like, I think I'm like way behind. Let's see here. Maybe Rex Viper's Outsider Music. You know, I know they made that video and it was popular and a lot of people like it, and but my God, the amount of Rex Viper like references, even on my non-Rex Viper videos, it's and I get that a lot of people from like Cinemassacre Truth or or people who like hate watching. I know a lot of people subscribe to my channel who found me from that. But man, that the jokes are getting so old. They're getting so old. I'm not telling you to stop making them. I mean, continue to make them all you fucking want. But I'm just telling you, like, from where I'm sitting, the jokes are getting old as fuck. The Rex Viper jokes. Let's see here. Do you think Bimmy will make any Christmas videos? He always does. I don't see him not making one this year. Although we're getting pretty damn close to Christmas, and he hasn't put one out yet, has he? That's when he should do the bald reveal. I think James Rolfe, that for Christmas, he should be like, he's like, thanks for joining, everybody. I got a present for you. Yeah, I've gone bald. And then he like lifts up his cap and he's like finally shaved his head. I don't know. Red Cow had a really good fanfic idea for like James introducing his baldness. Basically like they were talking about like he should, like, the cops break into his house and they see like all these dead animals, like dead Woody the Woodpecker and Bugs Bunny with like shit all over him. And James is just like this crazy old guy who thinks that it's only been like a short amount of time that he's been in this basement playing these old games, but it's been all this time. And anyway, they had a good like arc on how James could have introduced the baldness into his videos. Hey Hun Puds, Aaron's channel turned into tabloid trash, unfortunately. Oh, so we have another person who watches Aaron Smith Levin's Growing Up in Scientology channel. I was hoping someone would comment. Dude, Aaron his personality has changed. His personality has changed. He kind of has a chip on his shoulder now. He didn't used to have that. He kind of got a chip on his shoulder. There's a lot of drama in the Scientology, the ex-Scientology world that I would love to talk about, but I think I would lose most of you. He got kicked out of the Aftermath Foundation. He is clearly butthurt about it. He likes to pull rank on the other ex-Scientology members by flexing that he has the biggest YouTube channel. He said that several times. He's like, yeah, you know, someone needs to look after things around here, and fortunately I have the biggest YouTube channel. I have all the Scientology, ex-Scientology community, and yeah, and I remember there was a time where he said that he was never going to do advertising in his videos. There was absolutely a time where he said he was never going to take on advertisers. He would always say, like, guys, I don't give a fuck if what people think about my opinions, because I'm never going to have advertisers anyway, because I'm not going to be a slave to anybody or any corporation. Well, that's kind of exactly what happened. Not only does he have advertisers, but he's doing live streaming now because he found out that that's the easiest way to make money. So, yeah, tabloid trash, kind of. He does kind of have to have his finger on the pulse of every little thing that happens in Scientology so he can make a video about it. And I think he has gotten seduced by the fame of being like a minor little YouTube e-celeb. I'm not going to lie, if my channel ballooned up to 200,000 subscribers, I would get a chip on my shoulder too. I would get lost in my own sauce. I would become a dictator. I would start a cult. I would do all those things. So I can't blame Aaron for that. Check out Leah Remini interviews. She was the actress in King of Queens and was a Scientologist. I know all about Leah Remini. I read her book. I watched her show, Scientology in the Aftermath. So yeah, I know all about all those guys. Mike Rinder, Marty Rathbun, and his weird heel turn. How he used to be, in Going Clear, he was so anti-Scientology, and now he's like a shill for Scientology. And just by me talking about Scientology, I'm probably going to have a dossier created on me now, a black PR folder created on me. Anyway. Nerdy Rands Productions. Why don't you talk about how bald Bimmy is? I did already. I'm just now getting to this comment. Sorry about that. Big Newt fan, by the way. Yeah. Newt, the plagiarist. Let's see here. L. Ron Hubbard is so cringe, though. Awful books. I never read, even though I have these books back here, I've never actually read any of them. Don't really care to, really. But I've definitely listened to plenty of ex-Scientologist books about how they left Scientology. Jenna Miscavige, which is leader David Miscavige's niece. Listen to her book. What is his name? Mark Hadley. Mike Rinder's book, a couple other ones that are escaping me right now. Yeah, I'm very much into the Scientology observing community, just people who like to observe the many pitfalls of Scientology and their wackiness. They've been real cool ever since the Danny Masterson thing, man. Guy from that Hyde from that 70s show went to jail for some essay. That's what you have to say now on YouTube. You have to say essay instead of the actual thing, because apparently you'll get demonetized or something. And God knows, guys, I need my money, so I can't be saying naughty words on here. Would you live stream yourself playing music? Now, that's interesting. I would do it. I just don't think anybody would care to see it. But I might do a live stream one day. I don't want to do anything that's going to build bad faith in people. Like, so if you're enjoying this live, and this is by far the most people I've ever had watching one of my live streams, and I want to thank everybody for that. Honestly, like, I've never had 100 concurrent people watching any of my live streams before, so that's fucking awesome. And I never want to do anything that's going to build bad faith in my viewers to where they're like, man, I did like his shit, but now he's putting out something complete. I don't want to repeat the same mistakes I did when I started out on YouTube. And I spent like 5 years mucking about, not really gaining any traction, putting out videos that would only get, a few hundred views. And every now and then I'd do a video that would get like 2,000 or 3,000 views. But like I spent like 4 or 5 years in that like dark tunnel of YouTube, just no visibility whatsoever. Like, yeah, so I don't know if people would necessarily want that from me. And if you do, there's a tab on my channel called Dancing with Ghosts Original Music or whatever, and you can watch all of my music videos on there and listen to all my songs. I directed like 90% of them, and that's another big part of who I am in my life, so that's something to check out. Hey Hun Puds. John Atak's channel is probably best for Scientology info. He's the author of Let's Sell These People a Piece of Blue Sky. I'm aware of John Atak. I have not checked out his channel yet. Perhaps that is something that I should do. And are you impressed I actually got his name right? Instead, I didn't call him John Attack. I've been listening to you this whole stream, and I could listen to it every day. Well, thank you, Terrible Lizard. Terrible fucking Lizard. Jesus Christ. I love that name. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I might start doing it more often. I wanted to try it out, give it a go. Now that I've accumulated a small little following, it might be worth my time now. I've tried live streaming in the past. I think I had like 20 people watching me total. So it was like not worth it. But yeah, I might start doing it more now. Peace Watcher, you would have to really love Pat Contri to buy his books rather than just using the internet. I don't know. I mean, some people like having that shelf candy. Some people like having reference guides, reference material. So I don't know. I just thought the reviews were so long and boring, and I mean, yeah, you can go on websites and just look that up, but I don't know. I think having books are still a good thing. I think books still have a place in this world. Music streams would be dope. Yeah, well, maybe. $2 super chat from Gray Mads. You're one of the few good music creators. I love you. Thank you. I guess I'm gonna heart react that. I don't know. There's a lot of good music creators out there, I guess. I would say like a lot of bands don't know how to do YouTube. Like they know that they should make a YouTube channel. They know that they should put their music videos on that said channel. But what I've done is like I treated the YouTube channel as a separate thing from my band. So when I'm in band mode, I'm in the other room writing songs, recording them, doing all that shit. When I'm in YouTube mode, I'm in this room talking about James Rolfe and his bald head and Pat Contry. So they were like two separate worlds, but when the YouTube channel started picking up a little bit of subscribers, then people started checking out my music, which is better advertising than I could have ever done had I not had a YouTube channel. So it kind of fed into each other in a cool way. So, you know, whatever. Manuel Music. What do you think of Queen 2 by Queen? For me, it's their most underrated album, and I've never understood why so many people don't like it. Maybe it's because it has fantasy lyrics, but musically it's amazing. Well, let's see what songs are on Queen 2, because that was back when bands like Led Zeppelin and Queen, they would just call it Led Zeppelin 2, Queen 2. They would just be like, this is the second album from us. Let's keep this shit real simple so people don't get confused. All right, Queen 2. Oh, okay, they're in the Bohemian. That's where they're in the Bohemian Rhapsody pose, where it's like the four heads on the cover. All right, let's see. What was the hit off of this album? Seven Seas of Rye. I'm not a huge fan of that song. Oh, Ogre Battle. Yeah, it's pretty prog nerd stuff. I don't know. I'd have to give this album a listen. Growing up, this is going to sound really lame of me, but we only had Queen's greatest hits, and I would listen to the fuck out of that, me and my mom and brother. Now, I did buy A Night at the Opera, which is a classic album by Queen, and then I bought Hot Space. I don't know why, but that album is fucking garbage, and it made me reluctant to buy another Queen album. But then I bought Innuendo, the last album that they made when Freddie was alive. That album fucking rocks. It came out in the 90s. Great album. So, yeah, Queen, do not sleep on fucking Queen, man. Like, they have great non-hit songs, unlike Elton John, whose best songs are his hits. You won't find many Elton John deep cuts that are like, dude, you got to check this Elton John song out. They'll never play it on the radio, but it's really good. You're not going to find that. His best songs are his hits. Queen, that is not the case. Their hits are fantastic, but they also have a lot of non-hit songs that were also fantastic. What is your favorite Rammstein song? The first one that comes to mind is Morgenstern, which means Morning Star. It was off the Reise album. Or Zonna's really good, but that one's a little overplayed. But Morgenstern, really good song. Yeah, that one's up there as one of my favorite Rammstein songs. Let's see here. Books meant for blah, blah, being... Build God 93. So does that mean you were born in 93? Is that why people put the numbers at the end of their names? Because if so, you're younger than me. Congratulations. But you know, a lot of my viewers right now are probably younger than me. Being bitchy myself, I could probably have a ranting career myself. Use myself too much. But I know I'd be so drained by it. Never give up on your passion. Don't be a James Rolfe. It's not drain. Honestly, it fuels me being bitchy. I started off this stream with low energy, and now I feel pumped. I feel heard. I feel seen by all of you, and yeah, I actually feel jazzed. So bitching jazzes me up. That's why I know it's probably a good path for me to go on is complaining and bitching about all the things that I don't like. I think that's the ticket. Film Trek. Nobody cares about real instruments anymore, to be honest. Yeah, I was watching Todd in the Shadows the other day. I think it was one of his older videos. By the way, Todd in the Shadows, great content, man. I love that guy's channel. You will never see me making a hit piece about Todd in the Shadows. He was one of the only good things that came from that guy with the glasses, in my opinion. You guys can weigh on that if you want, but have all the co-conspirators on that guy with the glasses. Todd in the Shadows is the best one. You want to talk about good music content creators, he's it. But he was talking about in one of his videos, he was saying something like, he's like, listen to modern pop music. Nobody wants to hear guitar in any modern day pop music. And that is so true. Like, whenever I think about, like, even like indie pop, you know, like the ting tings or the yeah yeahs or Broken Bells, or, you know, Lovely the Band, Foster the People, the guitar is not there is either no guitar in there whatsoever, it's like synth, or like it's barely even in there. Like, now I will say real bass guitar is in a lot of modern day pop songs. A lot of modern pop is very funk oriented, and if you listen, there is real bass guitar, sometimes real drums, but it's usually programmed drums. But yeah, it's all about the bass line now in pop songs. Having that good bass line, it seems to be the thing. They're really like biting off disco a lot at this point, I feel. Especially with Lizzo's last album and Beyonce's last album. But you know what? I can play that at my gigs and people actually fucking dance to it. So, like, good. We need more danceable pop music. Man, I'm loving this ranting that I'm doing right now. I'm all over the fucking place. I came to your channel for the Rex Viper reviews. I stayed for the funny complaining and Australian taste test vid. Oh, wow, you actually watched that. You were one of, like, very few. I don't know. I think that one's got a couple thousand views. So I had this podcast called Uncovering Unexplained Mysteries. Some of you watching might have even listened to it. And, people from all over the world who would listen to my podcast, and they would send me food. I don't know why. And my stupid ass would eat it because I trust people. Never got poisoned. And so I would make these taste test videos because people would just send me food from their country. So there was a Swedish taste testing video because there's this lady from Sweden who just loves sending me boxes, care packages of all things Swedish. I'm surprised I don't have any Swedish shit behind. She said I literally have so much Swedish tchotchkes and candy I don't even know what to do with. So yeah, if you're from another country and you want me to do a taste test video, hit me up somehow. Find my email address. It's on my YouTube channel. Email me. I'll give you my address. Because I'm still small enough now to where I'm not afraid of stalkers or people like that. I think you have to get to at least 100K before you start getting, like, that's totally not true. You could get stalkers at any level or whatever, but anyway, send me, I'll send you my address. You can send me some food. I'll do a taste test video. Fuck you. Okay, that took way too long for me to say. All right, Penguin, Moist Critical or whatever his name is. I like watching. I just got into that guy's content recently. I like his. He seems like a no nonsense guy. He seems like the hardest guy to hate on if you're gonna hate on anybody. He just seems like very down to earth. The reason James gets into drama now is because he never addresses anything. No, dude, when he addresses shit, that's when he steps in it more. Are you kidding me? Like, James has addressed more things in the past 2 years than any other of his YouTube career combined. Like, anytime James Rolfe addresses anything, like the Cinemassacre Truth has material for months and months to work with to just, like, make fun of the guy. I mean, Jesus, when he did his plagiarism video, how much, like, memes came from that? Or when anytime he addresses anything, it's always a horrible idea. And I think he knew that, but I think the Screenwave guys made him address shit like, James, I know you have a long history, like you want to stay out of the drama and you don't want to address it, but this is me doing my best fat guy slob voice. Well, you really need to address the drama, James. That's what all YouTubers do. They address the drama, get out in front of it, and James is like, well, I don't know, maybe I'm awkward and okay, I guess if you say so. And then he makes the video and addresses the drama and like just steps in it so much more. It's like James should have stuck to his instincts the whole time. And I think that the whole Screenwave experiment, let that be a lesson to all of us. Stick to your fucking guts, stick to your instincts, because as soon as James started addressing drama, as soon as James started taking suggestions from Screenwave, that's when people started hating on him. Because it wasn't authentic anymore. And people can tell that. Okay, let's see here. Let's see what else we got. Do you like the nerd / gamer scene or the music scene better? Music scene. The gamer scene, I'm not gamer enough to be a good gamer channel or to be like, God, these pants are getting hot. I kind of want to take them off, but I'm not going to because that would be creepy, probably frowned upon. Is my head totally out of frame now? Let's see here. No. It's fine. I'll lower myself a little bit. There we go. There we go, mate. No, I'm not into like the newest games. That was another thing about like talking about Spawnwave again. Like what I liked about the CU podcast, going back to Pat Contry, is that they talked about games in a more laid back, simple way, in the way that like a boomer would be able to understand. And I liked that because when I'm not on top of the latest games, I don't have enough free time in the day to be on top of that shit. So I don't know. I could never be like a great video game channel because like I know about retro games. I know about the current few modern games that I like. Like I like the Far Cry series. I like the Resident Evil series, but that's not really a new series. Like these games like Destiny and fucking I don't know, dude. All these like new games that everyone likes to stream on Twitch. I don't give a shit about any of those games. They might be fun, but I feel like I don't know. Anyway, we're just now getting to my people commenting on me when I brought Gamer from Mars. I'm just getting into these comments. I'm way behind on responding to these comments. I apologize. Let's see here. Does movie review channels count? Count for what? I don't know what that means. Never heard of them. Let me see. Super chats are gay. I mean, I think they're kind of awesome because they're giving you money, but I think it sucks that it didn't show me this fucking super chat. Here they are spending their hard-earned money, and I should be reading their comment above everyone else's. And yeah, OBS just didn't show them to me. A $20 one at that. OBS is a pain in the ass. Farmer Slide Joe Bob, das ist meine deutschen Freundin, kommt aus Deutschland. Hallo, guten Tag. Good evening, everyone from Germany. I thought it's all about Gerard, that topic. Yeah, Gerard. I don't want to talk about him again. Aber dankeschön für meine Channel aufsehen. I don't know if that would be correct, but whatever, I tried. Oh no. Did I lose track of where I'm at? Fuck. This is so annoying, dude. This comment thing. Okay, I found my place now. I think. Yeah, here we go. Streamlabs. I prefer Streamlabs. Maybe I should check that out. Schlock, can they please remove top chat or at least not enable it by default? Is Taylor Swift very overrated in your opinion? I already answered that question. I believe she is very much overrated. She's not that talented. I mean, she's a good songwriter, I guess, which there's a lot to be said for that. If you're a good songwriter, that's a skill in and of itself. But yeah, that bitch is super overrated. And she looks like an alien. She's like 6 foot tall and very skinny, and she looks like someone like if you made Taylor Swift mad, she looks like someone who would like take you by the back of your head, and then her eyes would turn black and her teeth would turn to fangs, and she would just like bite a huge chunk out of your neck. Like I think that's what would happen if you made Taylor Swift angry. And she would be tall enough to where she's probably taller than most of the people in the chat right now, myself included. and that's scary to me. And she wears heels on top of that, or platforms or whatever, so she's even taller. I'm actually intimidated by Taylor Swift. I would hate to meet her in person because she could easily beat my ass. And she's like so rich that like she could hire a lawyer to where like I would end up in jail. Right? Why is Top Chat default? Google still doesn't get live streaming. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about any of that. But I'm sorry that it's annoying you guys. Old Acadian, is Ticketmaster monopoly? Kind of, but you have Ticketmaster and you have Live Nation. So it's like a duopoly. If you want a viable, if you're a big enough artist and you want a viable way of selling tickets, it's like the mob. You're either going to go through Live Nation or you're going to go through Ticketmaster. There's a lot of smaller ticket rendering services and smaller acts go through those. And yeah, I mean, just, I think when you become a big enough artist, it's like the mob comes in and it's like, hey, it'd be a shame if no one came to your fucking concert. So you're going to sell tickets through Live Nation, right? I don't know. Well, it's either Live Nation or fucking Ticketmaster. Make up your mind. Yeah, it's kind of like one of those situations. Let's see here. A lot of Taylor Swift talk here. If you could make off of shit. What a stupid question, but I guess I'll answer it. The Supplanter. If you could make a living off of reviewing solely Rex Viper concerts, would you do it? Fuck no. I would never do that. They don't play live enough, first of all, so like I wouldn't have enough material. Lazarus Music says, have you considered reviewing current music or doing music reactions? You're really insightful, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on current music or rock in general. I don't want to do a reaction video, or I don't know. Maybe I'd be open to doing that. It would have to be an artist that would be big enough to kind of like be appropriate for my channel. Like Tank the Tech is a music guy that I watch, and he got big on. I didn't realize that music reaction channels were as like hot of a commodity as they apparently are. But like I've heard that bands have literally got like blown up from like influencers reacting to their songs or their music videos, and I'm like, are you fucking serious? And this guy Tank the Tech, he'll just react to whatever the newest, hottest like metal band is. I wouldn't want to do something like that. I would. Damn, the cats are going fucking apeshit outside my. Is that a person or a cat? Anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know. I would react to like. I don't know. That's a good suggestion. I'll make a note of that in my phone right now. Because I'm always looking for ideas, guys. So if you have an idea that you think would be right for my channel, let me know. Who knows? This live stream thing might become more of a thing, because if I have this many people watching me, then it's worth my time doing it. I don't know why I sounded like Swedish just then. Do a reaction video to a song. See, it's in my notes right there on my phone. Those are my ideas for upcoming YouTube videos. So that's how you know I'm serious about it. Let's see here. Andy Streepy, what's your opinion on Gerard the Completionist? I kind of already answered that one. I think Taylor Swift's songwriting has improved over time. I'll give her that much credit. I don't know, like, for me, like, the only Taylor Swift song that I ever thought was that interesting was, like, ooh, what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do. I thought that song was pretty good, and then I just didn't care after that. Oh, yeah, another thing I just wanted to bring up off the cuff. After I did that Pat Contry video, the Pat the NS Punk video, fucking Rich from Review Tech USA subscribed to my channel. Because he did a reaction to my video on Pat. One of you beautiful people in the audience told me that Rich had done a reaction. So I found the video, and he liked it. I made him laugh a lot, and geez, I sound like such a fucking pathetic simp right now. Like, I made Rich laugh. Isn't that great? Like, but the dude's got like over 1 million subscribers. So yeah, for me, that's like, that's a good thing that I'm able to entertain a big YouTuber enough to where he subscribed to my channel. He has it set though to where it's like hidden, like you can't see that he's subscribed to me. But I saw him on his live stream actually hit subscribe. So, but on the back end, it doesn't show that he did. But you can make it private to where people aren't notified when they subscribe to you or whatever. I need to like scroll down more because I'm fart sniper. That's kind of a funny word. Would you collab with Jeff? Pieria says, would you collab with Jason Graves? Is that the guy who collabs with Red Cow? I don't know what his angle is. I think he's a movie guy, right? I gotta say, out of everything, I'm not that big into movies. I've seen a lot of movies, but I'm not a big movie guy. I think doing a movie channel or movie like related video, that's like one of the least enticing things to me. My ex co-host for the podcast I used to do, Mike, he has a channel called OCP Communications, and he's a big movie guy. I'm not that passionate about movies. I never have been. There are definitely movies that I fucking love, and I love the filming and the art form of it, but not nearly on the level of James Rolfe to where I want to make my own movie, or like Doug Walker, or even like the Red Cow guys they've made several movies. We did a whole podcast collab. I watched their movies and I gave my thoughts on them or whatever. Hey Hun Puds, I'm all for the Scientology talk. Big watcher, by the way. Yeah, man. I wish I could do a video about Scientology, but I don't know. I might try, but I don't know, man. Maybe I'll do a video about Aaron Smith Levin and how he's kind of become a little high off of his own farts. I might do that. That might be a good video. Because his channel's blown the fuck up. And a lot of people are interested in Scientology. Like the cult, not actually joining Scientology. I hope you guys know that's what I mean. Tony Riney says, what's the best way to watch Unsolved Mysteries? I loved that show forever. I watched it live and then every day on Lifetime. Is there a good physical media release? Dude, I'm right there with you. I watched it when it came out, when it was on the air. I watched it when it was on Lifetime as a teenager. I fucking love that show. I mean, I have the fucking Robert Stack tattoo that I'm sure I've shown you guys at some point. That was the host of Unsolved Mysteries. Now, as far as physical releases go, they're expensive, dude. There's like this chest. I could go grab it, but I'm too lazy. It's like a box set of selected segments. They pick some good segments too. The chest itself is going for like $1,000 now because like not many people bought it when it came out. So as far as physical releases go, you're kind of fucked unless you're willing to throw down some money. Best to just stick with the digital for Unsolved Mysteries, although I know there are some physical media nuts out there that want to have the physical thing. So yeah. Chris, I don't know how to say your last name. Are you ex-Scientology or ex-cult member? No, I am not. I just find cults super fascinating. I mean, who the fuck wouldn't? They're awesome. They're like the fact that people can get that crazy, and I don't know. It's just they're interesting to me, right? Like I don't mean they're awesome. They're obviously they're horrible, and many people have died as a result of being in a cult. And I don't know how you ever join a cult, quite frankly. I've read many books about various cults, and I just don't see how people get swept up into cults. I don't see it ever happening to me, but that's what they all say before they join a cult. Anyway, no, was not in a cult. And didn't Miscavige's daughter quit? No, that was his niece that quit Scientology. David Miscavige does not have kids. And I don't think he's ever going to have kids. His ass is going to end up in fucking jail eventually, I feel like. Man, I'm like, things that I mentioned 30 minutes ago, I'm just now getting to your comments about, which I'm sure is frustrating on some level. Who thinks Newt is a Scientologist? That would make me cream so hard if Cinemassacre and Scientology could somehow intermingle somehow, like James Rolfe is a Scientologist, and that's why he had to stop at 5:40 every day because he had to go get his auditing done down at an org building or whatever. That would be great. I would love that. Peanut Man's Emporium of Random Crap. I love that name. 7 Years of Broken Mirrors. Fucking awesome song, dude. The woman in the woods reading the book is hot. I'm going to buy the shirt. Well, thanks, dude. That is Ari, my singer. She was wearing a wig. I mean, that's her in all the different characters she plays in that video. That's her in all of them. Like, she's the one in the woods. She's, in the video, obviously singing and all those parts. I like her character at the end, who I nicknamed Konami, because very anime looking. She did not look like herself at all, and I thought that was an attractive character. But yeah, no, I like that song a lot. It's a very complicated song. It's like 4 songs in one, but whatever. Jim Harbaugh. Tony from Hack the Movies is slightly less annoying than the guests / fat chicks he has on that may or may not have watched the movies. I've heard of Hack the Movies, but I never watched any of it. I'm not like the biggest movie guy, as I've already said, so there's that part. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see here. Let's see. My Bill Clinton voice. I love that Unsolved Mystery vinyl in the background. Is that the glow in the dark vinyl? Yes, I believe it is. I haven't opened it. I literally haven't opened it up in so long, but it was one of the original releases when I drove to Savannah, Georgia, to Graveface Records when they released that, and I bought the special edition, and those are not made anymore. You can't get the special edition anymore. Actually, I don't think that's a special edition. I have the special edition in my other room with my other records. I originally came because of Bimmy, but have stayed because of everything else. Good. That's always been my intention. That means I must be doing a good job of keeping people here. Monophone, what is your favorite hip-hop album? Now, it's funny because I did that Anthony Fantano video, and there were people calling me fucking racist in that video. I think they were calling me racist because I was dissing how, like, what's her name? Sexy Red, how vapid her music was, and how I named a lot of other female rappers and said how their music was also vapid, and most of their songs are about booty shaking and yada, 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 and being, like, all ratchet and shit, and how I didn't like that. And they equated that to me being racist. And I just think that's so funny because it's like, well, black people can do other, like, forms of music besides just the stuff I named. I was saying I didn't like that genre. I wasn't saying that, like, I didn't like black people, and that's what their simple-minded asses derived me saying I didn't like that ratchet, ass-shaking female hip-hop, like, fuck my baby daddy. Fuck my baby daddy. That's literally the first song on that Sexy Red album that Anthony Fantano gave a strong 8 to. Fuck my baby daddy. Fuck my baby daddy. Yeah, that's ignorant ass music. That's ignorant ass shit. Like, that sucks. Anybody who likes that shit should get their head checked. And that's what I didn't like. I wasn't saying I didn't like, I don't know. That was a horrible take. There's a couple people who were like, this video's racist. But no, my favorite hip-hop album is To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar. Big fucking surprise. I know, like, everybody loves that album. Everybody gives that album its flowers and its 10 out of 10s. But, dude, what can I say? That album is damn good. It's like if Pink Floyd made Dark Side of the Moon, but it was a rap album released in, like, 2016. To Pimp a Butterfly would be it. It's got this whole concept through line throughout the whole album. It's like conscious rap, so there's like meaning and like substance behind the songs. It's not just some ratchet throwaway bullshit, and that's what I like. Is rap that has substance of some kind. I liked Kanye West before he went completely mashugana over there with his anti-Semitic rantings and put out his shit albums like Jesus is King and Donda, and he had to re-release Donda like 500 times because he kept retweaking the album. Like, the fucking A, man. Like, the days when you would just release a video game or release an album and it was done. They didn't have to patch anything. You didn't re-release an album. Once it was out for better or for worse. And this whole brave new world we live in, I don't so much mind them patching video games, but literally Kanye West put out Donda and Life of Pablo he did this with, and like re-released it because he didn't like how he mixed certain things, so he put it out like remix is, I don't know, getting me on a whole nother topic here. I also like Long Live ASAP by ASAP Rocky. That's one of my more favorite ones. Yeezus by Kanye West is up there. Marshall Mathers LP. Those are some of my Hello Nasty by Beastie Boys. Those are some of my favorite hip hop albums. I'm not a huge hip hop fan, but those are some of my favorite albums. Bottom Feeder. Have you heard the new Beatles song Now and Then? I need to get to that. I'm not a huge Beatles fan, as some of you may or may not know. Anthony Fantano's already taken a big, fat, stinky shit on the new song. I think he might have missed the point of the song, which would be very on brand for Anthony Fantano. What do you think of Olivia Rodrigo? It's so crazy to me that the Breeders are opening for her. What? I wish Olivia Rodrigo would stop being such a pussy and just like lean into that whole Tank Girl or Riot Girl or Tank Girl, the whole Riot Girl like music genre, like those early 90s girl like kind of grunge bands like Hole and the Breeders and groups like that. I wish she would just like either fully lean into it or stop being a fucking culture vulture, because she's cherry picking these elements of like 90s Riot Girl rock. If you don't know what Riot Girl is, just go fucking look it up. Like groups like the Breeders. But she's not like fully leaning into it because she know, oh, I don't want to lose my mainstream fan base, so I'm gonna fucking I'll have some rock guitar here and there, but I'm not gonna fully lean into it because like I don't want to lose my beloved prestige as a pop princess. I mean, I think it's great anytime a 90s alternative band, which any of you guys who have been following my channel know that's my favorite style of music, 90s alternative rock. It's great whenever these new band or these new artists can put a spotlight on that music, because it's giving young people a reference point for this old music, and they'll go back and listen to it, and hopefully new alternative rock bands like Code Orange and bands like that will become the forefront again. And maybe by the time I'm 60 and too old to do music, maybe then alternative rock will finally make a comeback, but it'll be too late for me anyway, so fuck me regardless. All right, let's see here. Oh, a message got retracted by the supplanter. I wonder what you got to hide. Favorite rapper's name. Pooh Shiesty is my favorite rapper's name. I did a whole video about dumb rap names. I wish you guys would go back and watch that video, because I feel like that was a funny video. But that was before I did any Rex Viper stuff, and my following wasn't as much as it is now. So yeah, that's I liked that video. I was damn proud of that video. Favorite Garth Brooks song. Calling Baton Rouge. Favorite Eddie Money song. What's Take Me Home Tonight? Maybe? I forgot that you speak German. Ja, ich versuche meine Bestes zum Deutsch sprechen, aber gibt es in Jacksonville keine deutsche Leute zum meine Deutsch man, my grammar's so bad. I know what I'm saying, but my grammar's awful. Born in 87. Sweet, someone older than me in the room. Todd is best music review. God, dude, I know I'm so behind in these comments. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get up to date here. Let me see. Monophone. What is the differentiation between what you would consider real instruments and quote-unquote fake instruments? Would you say that electronic guys like Aphex Twin, Daft Punk, Autechre, Venetian snares, would you say? Okay, I think I get what you're saying. To me, a real instrument is a real instrument. So you can be an electronic band, a fully electronic band, and play real instruments. Kraftwerk was one of those bands. And for those of you who watch my videos, this is one of the albums, one of the CDs that is in my CD case. Kraftwerk played real instruments, but they were all synthesizers. They were one of the first bands to do that. They would come on stage with 4 synthesizers, and they would recreate their songs in real time, playing actual notes on their keyboards. The drummer had a little drum pad that he would drum on to make the drum sounds, And that's what I consider a real instrument. What I consider fake instruments are what are called DAWs, or digital audio workstations. They live on a computer. There's nothing analog about it. You have synthesizer plugins called VSTs. So you can have like a plugin of a synthesizer that is modeling the real thing. Now the difference is that nobody cares. I kind of don't care because the modeling has gotten so good that you can't tell the difference. I remember reading in some synthesizer magazine a long time ago, geez, I wonder why I never got laid in school reading synthesizer magazines. But they put a modeled Moog versus a real Moog. They had all these legendary synthesizers, and then they had the digital version of them, and they did a double-blind test. No, it was a single-blind test. And with these big like music aficionados to see if they could tell a difference between the digital synthesizer and the analog real synthesizer, and they failed like 70% of the time to guess the right one. So yeah, I don't think it really matters at this point anymore. As long as you can actually play it live, like in some way, shape, or form, that's all I care about. I think it's fucking weak when you see a rapper live, like footage of a rapper live, and it's literally, there's no instruments in the background. It's just him literally singing over his track, basically. That's weak as fuck to me. So as long as some element of the song is live, that's all I care about. Does anybody remember the band Idiot Pilot? I do remember Idiot Pilot. They had that one song. My friend back in junior high liked them. It was like The Life of a Pool Shark or something. Yeah, they were an interesting band. I don't know why I never looked into them more. Get a P.O. box, dude. I know. If people have never really expressed a desire to send me things, but if I do start getting more of that, then I will get a P.O. box. That was always my dream when I first started on YouTube. I was like, maybe one day I'll get so big that I can get a P.O. box. Won't I be fancy? All right, what else do we got here? What other hair colors have you had? I used to do teal, but I couldn't keep it up looking good. Yours always looks on point. Well, thank you very much. I've had red, which is a bitch because red bleeds out of your, how ironic. It bleeds out of your hair way quicker because the molecules of the red dye are bigger. So they like rinse out of your, anytime you like shower, even if you use color treated shampoo that's meant for colored hair, it still just bleeds out so quick. So red really was a pain. And it was a little extreme of a color for me. I've had purple, which is so dark that it just kind of looks like my natural hair color, so it didn't really stand out to my liking. I've had just regular blonde when it gets stripped. If you look at the first time I reviewed Rex Viper live, I had my blonde patch of hair in that video, and everyone kept making the comment, "It looks like there's a bandage on your head." So that made me cry, and so I colored it back to teal because I couldn't stop crying about the comments that they were making. And then I've done like a slime green, which I think I'm going to go back to. It's just a really bright green. I like that color a lot, but the teal is just the easiest, man. Recoloring your hair is not hard. You just buy like Arctic Fox, whatever the teal color name is they gave it, I don't remember. And yeah, I mean, you just put it in there, leave it in for 15 minutes, wash it out, and boom, it looks all good again. So going back to James Rolfe talking about how he never responds to shit. Crimson Waffle says, nah, remember the shit he got from the Ghostbusters vid, and he never responded, and it just kind of died. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Okay. It's gotten all fucked up again. All right, I think I'm finally catching up to the recent comments. Thank God. I'm the only Queen fan who doesn't give a shit about Now I'm Here. That's a freaking boring song, but it was a hit. What was that a song? Oh, yeah, I guess it was. Now I'm here, run around, around, around. Yeah, I like that song pretty good. It's kind of trippy. The only thing, talking about James Rolfe again, the only thing he should have addressed is when he brought the slobs on camera and never gave an explanation. Could have lied and said they were friends or something. Yeah, I think a lot of people, that's a huge criticism, is that like who are these people? Why did you not acknowledge them? That was certainly my biggest criticism. I'm just like, it's like, James, don't you know anything about like making YouTube content or having anything? Didn't you learn anything when you went and did your movie and everyone had to deal with Mike Matei for like months at a time, and how long it took people to like warm up to Mike Matei? Like, it took so long for people to even accept his existence, and then they finally did. And now you're gonna go and literally just throw on like 3 or 4 new people and not even say, hey, these guys are corporate shills that are helping me basically make all my videos while I'm the little puppet that they dangle in front of this. Yeah, he should have done that. That was fucking so stupid. I don't know why he didn't acknowledge who they were. Like, that was weird. Bosco, keep the pants on, bud. This ain't Twitch. Man, I would love to be a titty streamer. That would be awesome. I could make so much money. And I'd have beautiful tits to play with. Dancing with Ghosts pool podcast on Twitch. Yeah. I don't think anyone wants to see my lackluster dad bod. I miss your podcast. Oh, thank you, Poncho. I'm going to pull a James Rolfe here and say I didn't have the time to keep... Because there was like one point in my life where I was doing a weekly podcast, a weekly, if not semi-weekly YouTube video, and shit with my band. I was doing like 3 things like concurrently, and it became too much. And the podcast really, I got burnt out on it. I mean, we talked about the show Unsolved Mysteries, and it's like you can only talk about that for so long before you just kind of, it's a show, right? So there's only so many episodes. Like, say you do a podcast about Seinfeld. There's a lot of Seinfeld episodes, but there are a finite amount of Seinfeld episodes. We ended up doing 270 episodes of Uncovering Unexplained Mysteries, and we would talk about like 2 to 4 segments on each episode. So you got to figure, we talked about almost every single segment on Unsolved Mysteries, and it just got boring and old, and I don't know. I just don't have the time to do a fucking podcast, right? Especially if I'm doing a Patreon in the new year. Like, I want to be focusing on like making this YouTube channel the best it can be, and growing an audience. Like, that's my priorities going forward. I do not have the time to do a podcast on top of all this other shit. Cram, whatever you said, Cram Nair 120. Would you consider doing more stuff in music scene, e.g. doing interviews with established publications or even music-centric creators on YouTube about your music and your band? Now, I would absolutely consider doing that. I do feel like I need to get bigger in my sub count, because like, I have seen how this shit works now that I've been in the game for a while. And I've seen now that you have, for a YouTuber who has a lot of subs, for them to talk to you, they have to feel like you're adding some value to them even talking to you. There's a reason why Finn McKenty from Punk Rock NBA, there's a reason why he's not pulling some random coffee shop guitar player off the streets and onto his podcast, because no one's going to know who the fuck that guy is. And that episode of his podcast or whatever, or video interview, is not going to get any views because no one cares who the guy is. And that's how it is with YouTubers. Like, you know, once people start knowing who you are and your name starts getting circulated around the community, like I think Finn has some Discord that he talks to his fans on or whatever. If people start saying, hey, you should talk to Dancing with Ghosts, hey, Dancing with Ghosts, Dancing with Ghosts, and then I hit him up, he's going to be a lot more likely to talk to me or to have me talk to him than right now, where I'm at like 11,000 subscribers. You know, I'm a small fucking I'm small potatoes to him, or Anthony Fantano, or God, Rick Beato's had like fucking Sting and Billy Corgan on his. I want to know how Rick Beato got Sting and Billy Corgan on his fucking channel. I remember watching his channel back in the day, and he never got those kind of interviews. It kind of blows my mind. Rick Beato kind of annoys me, and I don't know why. I think he thinks he's like bigger than what he actually is. I totally agree with your Taylor Swift monster description. Yeah, I think it's true, dude, honestly. All right, let's see here. What do you think of Styx, Manuel Music? I tried to listen to them, but I was never able to like them except Too Much Time on My Hands, which is a banger. That is a banger. I love Styx. I think they're slightly underrated nowadays. I think back in the day they had their success, but I think now they are underrated. Crystal Ball is a great song off of the Great Illusion album. Dude, I mean, Blue Collar Man, Renegade, they had some great songs. Their fucking harmonies are amazing. Like, Dennis DeYoung, I like his weird ass and all his weird shit that he's come up with. Anyway. Grim Graves, do you watch Nick Nocturnal? That name sounds very familiar, but I don't think so. What does he do? And it's probably going to be a million years before I even get to your response of what he actually does. So, anyway. Oh, God, I'm getting hungry. I want some Taco Bell. I want a chicken quesadilla and a Nacho Bel Grande. Rich is a drama farmer. Yeah, that's what he's built his brand on. It's funny, his name's Review Tech USA, and the dude barely ever reviews tech. I guess he does live in the USA, though. Do you know Pat Finnerty, funniest music YouTube? Dude, I watched one of his channels, one of his videos, because people kept referring me to that guy. They're like, dude, you need to watch Pat Finnerty, Pat Finnerty. He talked about someone, or the Beato effect or something, and I don't know. I should probably give another one of his videos a chance. What do you think of Rick Beato? I already kind of touched on that. I think he's a little smug. He's a little cocky. Please, no movie react. Genre has been run to the ground. No, I'm not going to react to a movie. I'm not going to review a movie. The last movie I reviewed was Saw, all the way back in like 2017, and the video tanked. It did awful numbers. Let me see. Lazarus Music, awesome stuff. I won't be here for you to react to this. Great stream, by the way. But yeah, you could review classic records and see if it holds up or something. I'm going to do a channel called... Damn it. How do I expand that? Oh, well, I can't figure it out. I am so stupid. All right, now... Okay, whatever. Count Dracula. Seen Five Finger Death Punch. Kenny Wayne, Shepard, Brian, May, Atrocity. Huh? No, I didn't. Oh, is there... Okay. Is there some drama with Five Finger Death Punch? That's up my channel's alley. I'm going to make a note of that. Five Finger Death Punch drama. You know, sadly, there's some drama about Win Butler from Arcade Fire. And I was just... I had just talked about him with the video I did talking about Anthony Fantano's awful takes. And I actually looked into it, and apparently there's some girls accusing him of... SA, as they say. He's denying it, or he's saying that he's playing down his part in it. And you know what? Let them figure that out. I love Arcade Fire's music. That's that man's personal fucking business, and it may not even be true. God knows there's been so many times where people have been psychotic and accused people of shit, and it's turned out to not be true. I mean, I don't give a fuck about Matt Rife one way or the other, but that, you know, I guess making fun of a kid, dude, that kid's mom is a psychopath, and she was totally reaching for clout with that whole situation. And I won't spend too much more time on that, but my point being is that there's a lot of clout chasers out there, and you know, having contact with a famous person, and then maybe that famous person stopped responding to your text messages, and then you got butthurt about it, so you start making up some shit about, oh, they sexually whatever. And especially like if you're, I won't say that. I don't want to go there. Anyway, I'm going to change that topic because I don't want to put my foot in my mouth. All right. How many shoes could you eat? I don't think I could eat any shoes. I can't eat through the rubber. My teeth aren't sharp enough, and it would be very hard. And I don't think my body could digest the shoe either. I don't think I have strong enough stomach acid to digest that. And then it would probably get clogged in my small intestine. I'd probably have to get surgery to get the piece of shoe removed. That's a horrible idea. I don't know why you would ever ask me that. I don't know why you would ever want that of me. So don't wish that kind of ill on me ever again. Let's see here. I'm not gonna read that shit. Another Justin Silverman comment. Schlock. Okay, let's see. I'm just now getting to shit that I said like 30 minutes ago. I hate that. Like, I love how much comments I'm getting, but I hate how I'm not instant. Like, I'm not really responding to you guys in real time. That does annoy me. Not liking certain music is racism now. LOL. Wow. World's gone too far. Yeah. Well, it's woke motherfuckers, and I will use that term in this particular instance. If you're overly woke, overly virtue signaling, and I'm saying that like this particular type of rap music, this hood ass ratchet rap music sucks and is not music, that's not saying I don't like black people. If you're this uber lefty who wants to virtue signal, you're gonna be like racist. And I will go on record, I am fucking independent, okay? I agree with some Republican things, I agree with some Democrat things, and I agree with some in-between things that neither party agrees on. So I'm neither left nor right, so fuck you. Not fuck you, but fuck, the general you. And M85, you likened it to Trina. That was an on-point comparison. Stuff like Lil Kim, Iggy Azalea. I'd say Iggy Azalea wasn't even as like ratchet as like Lil Kim and Trina. Like the shit that I don't understand how people don't give them the respect that they probably deserve, because they were ratchet before people even used the term ratchet. Like back in like the 90s, they were doing this kind of shit. Everyone likes to act like Megan Thee Stallion and City Girls or anything new. It's like, nah, dude. Female rap, like those, like there have been female rappers that have been rapping very raunchily way before your asses came around. And yeah, no, not all female rappers are the same. There's a reason why I didn't throw Nicki Minaj into there. When I was naming off all those female rappers in that video, and I said like City Girls, Cupcake, Megan Thee Stallion, Trina, Lil Kim, but I didn't say Nicki Minaj because I feel like Nicki Minaj actually has talent, and I feel like she has shit to say other than, yeah, she has her raunchy songs every now and then, like Anaconda and all that, but she's also proved that bitch has bars. Listen to her verse on, or her fucking, what do they call it, a verse? Her rap on Monster, that Kanye West song Monster. That is like you got Jay-Z on that track. You got Kanye. You got Rick Ross? And then you got Nicki Minaj. Dude, Nicki Minaj smokes all of their verses. Like, Nicki Minaj has some fucking bars, or she did anyway. Apparently, Pink Friday Part 2 is a garbage album, according to a bunch of people on the intranets. Let's see here. What do you think of Black Midi, the band, not the music genre? Personally, think I listened to one of their songs. I thought it was pretty wild. I think it might be a little too over my head. I'd have to listen to more of their music, be honest with you. And they're one of those bands I forget about to listen to. Raptor says, happy to see the StarCraft games in the background. Love and still play StarCraft 2. Dude, these games are so fucking addicting. I love StarCraft 2. It's one of my favorite games franchises of all time. It's a real shame that Blizzard only cares about like World of Warcraft and Diablo now, because Warcraft, the original real-time strategy, and StarCraft have both gotten fucked in the ass as far as any kind of new installments. I wish they would do a new installment of either one of those games, man. They have just kicked those games to the curb, and they are some of my favorite games. Even Warcraft 2 that came out in like 95 is still an amazing game that I can still sit down and play any time of day. Anyway, let's see here. Where are we at? Why is it jumping around? Did it jump to the very bottom? It better not have. Guys, I am getting fucking hungry. Okay, I'm back in the game here. Do you plan on ever being a dad? Jim Harborough asks. No, I don't. I don't want kids. I'm 35, and if I don't want kids at 35, I don't see it. I don't have a desire, dude. I have no desire in my heart to have kids. I don't see it happening. So that's a no for me. I don't even think I want to get married. I just want to like have friends with benefits for as long as possible. I don't like commitment. What can I say? Pay no mind to them hair comments, bro. They probably came from people who ain't got hair to color. No, I don't care when people bring up my hair. It just gets old after a while. Like, I wish they'd come up with like a new insult. The Supplanter. Weirdly, I was annoyed when you went for a more normal look rather than the dyed hair. That was all just a gag. That was a joke. I wasn't actually considering like going back to looking. I don't want to look normal, man. I like looking weird and standing out. You know, for better or for worse. I'm a musician. Like I'm an artist. I'm creative. We're supposed to look the part. You know. And I just feel like I look like a boring I just look like any other person when I have my normal hair color, no pierce. Like, I don't know. I just call it vanity or narcissism or whatever, but I just want to be stylish, man. Opinions on cannabis. Every time I do it, it gives me a panic attack. So it's cool if other people want to do it, but personally, it's not for me. Okay, man, I'm getting worn out here. Enjoyed your NES Punk video. Thank you. I enjoyed making it. Do you really ask Josh if he planned on... I know, that was a funny question. Did you really ask Josh if he planned on being a dad? That was a hilariously random question. I welcome those questions. Josh, never start pandering, always be yourself. Yeah, well, that's the goal. My goal right now is to get to the bottom of the comments to where I'm reading them in real time. That is my fucking goal. Will you ever do a video on punk rock MBA? Yeah, Deadbeat Boy. Yeah, I've thought about doing a video on him. He gets on my nerves, but I just haven't watched enough of his content to where I can make like a bunch of points of things that he does that annoys me, but I've been swirling around the idea. And yes, I've been thinking about it. Let's see here. Favorite metalcore band? Don't have one. Do not like the genre of metalcore. I'm not big into that genre, and if 90% of the vocals is screaming, you lost me. You just lost me. Rick Beato has his own signature Gibson. Are you fucking serious? That's some bullshit. He was never in a successful band. He just has a big YouTube channel. He was in a band, but they never went anywhere. Yeah, wow. Okay, well, it gives me... If I blow up enough, maybe I would love to have... Dude, I would love to have my own custom guitar. There's so many features I want on a guitar that, like, a normal guitar doesn't come with. I want, like, a kill switch, like what Buckethead has. I want, like, a floating bridge so I can do dive bombs. Like, I don't know. I want, like, lighted LED frets, like in... not frets, but fret inlays. I would love to have my own custom guitar. That'd be awesome. Dennis Hoyer, hello man. Just wanted to say thank you for your awesome work. I'm from Germany and I love your album tier list, especially the Pink Floyd one. The Rogers video was hilarious. Greetings, Dankeschön. So your last name would be pronounced Heuver, I believe, if we're pronouncing it in the German way. Centrism cringe. Are you saying I'm a centrist because I'm independent? Why is that cringy? I'm supposed to just like hard line one way or the other. I don't know if that's what you're actually saying, but what? No. Everybody should be nuanced on their views on things. You people who go hard right or hard left are the fucking idiots. I was about to use a word that's not politically correct. You guys are fucking stupid. Nothing is all one way or all the other way. There is nuance to every single issue that doesn't have to be politicized and that doesn't have to be like partisan. Like, that is the biggest issue with this country right now politically. Like, there's no nuance to anything. Like, as soon as you make one statement, you get thrown in this bin. As soon as you make this, I don't know. Anyway, I'm seeing people are starting to drop out now. Maybe as I start talking politics is a good time for me to think about circling around ending this here. Okay, let's see. Can we get to the bottom here? Okay, let's see what Monophone has to say about the racist thing. I don't think you're racist. I just think that calling something not music is dumb. AGR is bad. Look, I was being hyperbolic when I said it's not music. Obviously, it's music. I was using hyperbole. I was over-exaggerating because that music really makes me so angry because it's such like ignorant music to me that I almost don't want to classify it as music. But yes, it is music, but I just dislike it so very much that I had to over-exaggerate on it. Deadbeat Boy, Immortal Technique is dope, by the way. They're one of the underground, very highly enjoyed rap groups. My ex-girlfriend really liked Immortal Technique. They influenced Tyler, the Creator, a lot. Xeno3XL, I found your channel when you were on Mad Max's movie channel a while back, but stayed for the banter. Is there any way to purchase your band merch with a credit card instead of PayPal? Yes, you can go. By the way, thank you for. I'm glad Mad Max had me on his channel, and I'd love to be on there again. That seemed like a cool little community, but they never asked me back, so I'm not going to be like a little puppy dog and be like, can I please be on your channel again? Yeah, if you want to use credit card, man, you can honestly just go to bandcamp.com/dancing with ghosts, or just look. Hold on, that might not actually get you there. That might send you to. There's this fucking UK band called Dancing with Ghosts, and they have been the bane of our existence for the longest time because they had the name first. Yeah, it's not Dancing with Ghosts. Is it Dancing with Ghosts 2? No. Okay, just go to Bandcamp. In the search bar, type in Dancing with Ghosts. You'll see my ugly face on there, and you can use they take credit cards there, and you can buy our merch on through that means if you're even watching this stream still. StarCraft and Warcraft are great, but I always was and am more of an Age of Empires guy. I've never played Age of Empires. Is it like a real-time strategy where you're like building cities and managing resources and shit? Because if so, then I would be into that. I love real-time strategy games. Let's see here. Black Metal Gamer. You missed my super chat earlier. Fuck, I did? What was your super chat, Black Metal Gamer? Would you do a ministry tier list video? Now I'm going to read all your comments. I'd have to start listening to Ministry, to be honest. I've not heard much of their music. I should, though. Did I ever, and do you like Typo Negative? Yes, I do like Typo Negative. Here we got a super chat. Geekvolution Live. What's your favorite REM record, and do you like They Might Be Giants? Really enjoy your stuff, Josh. Thank you so much. Heart react that. Favorite REM record? Let me see here. I think that my favorite REM record is probably, they have so many good fucking albums. It's really hard to pick. It's a toss-up between Monster and Document and Green. Monster, Document, and Green. It's a toss-up between those three albums. This is my favorite. I don't listen to They Might Be Giants, but I've met this older lady who was a super fan and convinced me that They Might Be Giants is fucking amazing and I should be listening to them. So maybe she's right about that, according to, I guess, you, because I guess since you asked, you must like them as well. Black Metal Gamer, I'm sorry that I didn't read your super chat, man. It didn't pop up. And fucking OBS is probably a part of that. I'm trying to get through these comments to see if I can get to things that are relevant. Bitteschön. Have a good day. Danke. Ich versuche meine Bestes. I try my best. All right, what do we got here? What do we got? Reaper's Agent. I never expected a guy with colored hair making the wise political points. Right? Aren't I just supposed to be a stupid lefty if I have blue hair? A blue checkmark liberal? No, I'm not a lefty. I lean left in a lot of ways, but I also lean right on certain ways, which I'm not even going to bring up because I don't want to get into a whole ass thing about it. I'm center right. I don't agree with the far right view of letting poor struggle on there. There's a lot of far right things I definitely don't agree with. Yeah, I don't know. When you go too far on either side, it gets really dumb, and it just gets too, not philosophical. I don't know. There's a word I'm so hungry I can't think. What's the worst band you've seen live? It was this local band called Wolf Amongst Sheep, and they had a meltdown on stage, like, in front of like 5 people in the audience. I was one of the 5 because it was one of my first shows as Dancing with Ghosts when it was just me and my guitar. And it was so great. Like, the drummer walked off stage, and then the other band members were like had to convince him to go back on stage. The music was so bad. It was almost like performance art. If they were that bad every single time they played, I would see them every time. It was so much more entertaining than so many local bands that I've ever seen. Like, that shit was so entertaining. It was literally so bad it was good. And I'm not joking when I say if they could pull that off every time I would see them, they would have a lifelong fan. That's the worst band I've ever seen, but it was great. It was fantastic. What do we got? What else? Black Metal Gamer, I'm just going to read all your comments because I feel bad now because I feel like I missed your thing. Would you do a punk band's tier list video? Man, I feel like I would piss off a lot of like punk purists because I am not a punk purist. I do like and know about a lot of punk bands, but not enough so to where I could speak with authority. Because, punk rockers are very, gatekeepy. And I wouldn't want to, put Minor Threat in a bad category lest somebody come for my jugular. Geek Revolution Live says, I've seen, They Might Be Giants live 10 times. Yeah, so I guess they're like one of those bands. Dude, I met this girl. I was talking to this girl the other day, and I asked her what her favorite band was. She said Third Eye Blind. How is Third Eye Blind anybody's favorite band? I can see liking Third Eye Blind, I guess, but your favorite band? And she says there's people who will, follow them on tour and, fucking just go to all their shows. I can't believe that. They don't even have enough albums worth of material you would think to where that would that blew my mind. Blew my fucking mind. I asked if you like Danzig or the Attics. I do like Danzig. I fucking love, I just heard, this is gonna sound so noob on my end, but I heard How the Gods Kill the other day for the first time. That song rocks. That song fucking rocks. And yes, I'm aware Ministry inspired Nine Inch Nails, as did Depeche Mode, whom I love. Manuel says, I've been exploring a lot of Les Claypool side projects lately, and they're crazy. Yes, they are. His Fabulous Frog Brigade covered the entire Animals album by Pink Floyd live. There's a live CD of it, and they did an incredible job. I mean, Les Claypool doesn't nearly have the voice of David Gilmour or whatever, but the music, oh my God, it was right on point. It was incredible. His band Sausage is pretty good too. Riddles Abound Tonight is a great song by Sausage. It just sounds like a Primus song, honestly. I think that's why I liked it so much, because I really like Primus. Yeah, I've never checked out Oysterhead. Everyone tells me that I need to listen to Oysterhead, and I've never given them a listen. Let me see here. Supplanter. Everyone's dropping because you're either making people hungry or they want to give you some free time to go and eat. Yeah, I know, right? Well, they were dropping. Now they've kind of come back. So I just feel bad not reading as many comments as possible. Favorite guitar, Chris May. How the fuck do you say your last name, dude? Chris. I'm just calling you Chris M. My favorite guitar, I love a good Gibson SG, which is what I currently play. But I also want a guitar with a fucking whammy bar on it. And I haven't been able to experiment enough. I think a PRS would probably be my ideal guitar because it's got the whammy bar, it's got the humbucker pickups. I don't think I like the neck on PRSs though. I need to experiment. Probably maybe an Ibanez. I don't know. Ibanez are good with their whammy bars, and they've been around for a long time. There's a lot of groups that inspired Nine Inch Nails. I'm just reading random shit now. At least not me. Punk guys are pretty open to people aside from Nazis. Yeah, punk rockers in general do not like Nazis, which I don't either, so there you go. I only know 2 Third Eye. Yeah, I know Jumper, which is a good song. Semi-Charmed Kind of Life. Graduate, and I think that's it. Oh, Never Let You Go, which is... All those songs are awful except Jumper. I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend. You could touch thighs with all the guys that you've been living with. I don't. Danzig 3, is that where How the Gods Kill? Is that the album that comes off? Is that the album that song comes off of? Cool to see you live, man. Loved your Roger Waters Dark Side review. Money. Yeah, he really destroyed that album. Roger Waters is an old bastard for doing that. I can't believe he did that. What a jerk. Would you ever do a video on the Nostalgia Critic The Wall review? I've been thinking about doing a review on his Wall album and talking about just how fucking awful it is and how dare you sully a classic album like that. Black Metal Gamer, oh no, it's all good. You answered a few now. Made up for the $2 chat. Nice. Keep up the content. Yeah. All right. Good. I feel good. I think I'm finally reaching the bottom here. Oh, I got another super chat. Reaper CH90. I enjoy your stuff and enjoy your adult takes while looking like a Peter Pan. Keep being yourself. And yes, Age of Empires 2 is an RTS. Thanks, Bimmy. Right on. I wonder, does Steam have it? How do I acquire this game? Because obviously messages don't work, or CDs don't work anymore. I don't know. I have a computer that still takes CDs, so I don't know. What was your first guitar? A Gibson SG, the one I am still playing to this day that you see in many of my music videos. All right. Glad Chris M is cool with you. Let's see here. Try some Schecters. Yeah, I like Schecter too. I would like to try some Schecters for sure. I like their pickups and Schecters. I think I like their necks too. Spectre makes good bass guitars. Are you a bad enough fret tapping dude to play a Chapman stick? I don't think so. I know Tony Levin from Peter Gabriel and many other bands. He loves that goddamn stick, and I don't see how that thing. How do you do like eighth notes on one of those? Are you just tapping in the same area? Like I don't quite understand how those things work, man. Maybe I could just like look it up and check it out. What do you think of Throbbing Gristle, the OG industrial band? I got a Throbbing Gristle in my pants right now. What do you think about that? No, I hate that band name, but I've heard of them. I need to listen to them, and I've not yet listened to them. I watched Pink Floyd The Wall back in 2000 on LSD. What a trip. You know, and I'm not saying this to you, Black Metal Gamer, but I'm talking, like, I hate when people only bring up Pink Floyd in the context of being on drugs. Because they are a band, let me tell you, they are a band that can stand on their own without you needing to be high. Like, you do not need to be high to enjoy Pink Floyd's music. But yes, I get that it would probably look much trippier being on drugs because they have some trippy imagery in The Wall. Is Taco Bell your go-to junk food, the supplanter? Yeah, kinda. That and various burger places. I like me a good McDonald's here and there. I like me a good Burger King here and there. Taco Bell is just the closest to my house. It's like a 2-minute drive, so it's the most convenient. That's why Taco Bell is where I usually go. Touch thighs with all the guys. I'm glad someone thought that was funny. What song from Black Midi did you listen to? Was it John something? Oh, no, I got it on my Spotify here. Black Midi in the city, suck a titty on the committee. Oh, yeah. John L. John L. was the Black Midi song that I listened to. And the music video was trippy, too. It was pretty badass. I don't know if my brain's ready for that kind of stuff yet, though. It is available on Steam. Good. Okay. Age of Empires 2 on Steam. I will make a note of that right now. Because I love me a good undiscovered RTS game. Age of Empires 2 on Steam. And my fucking phone goes Age of Vampires 2 on... You stupid idiot. Stupid voice to text. God damn you, Steve Jobs, you fucking socialist. I meant nothing by that comment. I don't know if he was a socialist or not. I don't even know if some socialism is a good thing. We need some forms of socialism in any country. Or else you have no like police station, and unless you private. God, why did I go into politics? I did that to myself. I'm a communist, guys. No, I'm just joking. Good Old Games is still open. Wow, I did not know that. Oh God, do a live mukbang? Yeah. I don't know, like Nikado Avocado or whatever that fucking dude's name is. I just found out about him recently. Man, that guy is a tragic story. He started out like average weight, and now he's just this fat monster who is gonna die at a very young age from like heart failure. He eats like he's just a disgusting pig, and he's doing it all for views. It's crazy. I don't care about this whole thing right here that I'm doing. I have a life outside of this. I don't care about this enough to do anything to ruin my body and my health. It's fucking insane. Favorite guitar YouTuber? I don't really have one. I don't know. I don't really watch YouTube instrumentalists. Saying Third Eye Blind is your favorite band is like saying Creed is your favorite band. Neither deserve that title in someone's life. I would say Creed is a better band than Third Eye Blind. I mean, as much as Creed is dunked on, like the musicianship, Mark Tremonti is an amazing guitar player. I don't really like Scott Stack, is that his name? I don't really like his vocals, but their first album was pretty good. Fight me, bro. Five Guys is the GOAT, honestly. Yeah. No, Five Guys Burgers is the GOAT. I agree with you. That is the best burger place that I think I've ever had. And there's one in my city, but it's so far away, not worth the drive. Found your Bandcamp and purchased Broken Mirror shirt. Oh, awesome, dude. I will ship that out to you personally with some goodies in there, some stickers. I will handwrite your address on the envelope. You can frame that or smell it or whatever you want to do with it. And that's fine. Burger King is actually called Hungry Jack's in Australia. I knew that, and I think a lot of people know that now. I don't know. Man, a lot of you guys are gassing up Age of Empires. So I'm going to have to get that one. Let's see here. Back during the video rental store days, The Wall was the most stolen video. Copies wouldn't even last 24 hours. Really? That's weird. I wonder why that was. I listen to Floyd since childhood, sober and on drugs too, but I get your point. Being a drug enhancer only band is cringe. Yeah, like, I don't know. Isn't Grateful Dead one of those bands that's like that? I kind of feel like I could be wrong. What drug bands? Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like Grateful Dead. It's like one of those. Dude, why do people like Grateful Dead? Like, their music is so fucking boring. I have this dude he's like a young Deadhead, and he'll come to my karaoke gig, and he only sings Grateful Dead, and that's some of the most boring music I've ever heard. Like, no melody, no musical entertainment. No, I've seen a bunch of videos about Nikavo Avocado or whatever. I'm just jumping around here. I'm so fucking hungry. I'm trying to get to the end of this, but the comments keep coming. They keep coming. Oh, did I finally reach the end? Yes. Okay. All right. Now I'm finally caught up. All right. Good. I've caught up with all the comments. They're still coming in, but I've done almost 3 hours here. I feel like this was an amazing stream. I was very happy with it. I was very stoked about the participation. I feel like you guys enjoyed it. Good stuff all around. We'll definitely be doing this again. It's good to know that I don't necessarily need a topic to do a streaming thing. I can just come on here and talk. Like, that's cool. So yeah, I very much enjoyed this, and I will probably be doing it more, especially since I know how to do it. So yeah, until next time, I will sign off how I sign off on all my regular videos. Yeah, have a good rest of your night. See you later.